So tomorrow you'll be ecstatic when the finals are over.
Yeah, definitely.
Is this like one of the world's worst weeks for you guys because you got to still try to play some basketball while in the books?
It is the worst week. Definitely the worst week. Try to balance out everything, but it's only a week.
Does it make it worse since you haven't played in a week and you have a loss, whereas if you lose and you play 2 or 3 days later, it's sometimes easier to get that bad taste out?
Yeah, I mean, it's always the case. If you're coming off a loss, everything's more on edge. You got, a lot more to work on because you're working on the stuff that you did bad, and then it doesn't help that it's finals weekend. You got like 4 tests that you have to try to cram for, and got papers to write, so it's just a big mess of a week.
What's Cal's message to you this week?
Same. Work hard, trying to sustain effort, defense.
He put this little thing on Twitter that his message to you guys, maybe he'll tell you later, is that, it doesn't matter what happened in the past, but you guys can still have a good ending of the season.
I can see that. I mean, he says pretty much the same stuff in different words, but a lot of it has to do with just effort on defense, and a lot of what he says, it comes down to the last 5 minutes of the game, and right now we don't know how to close out the last 5 minutes of the game, which happens with young guys. It was the same with us last year, and hopefully it just comes and it just starts clicking for us.
Do you think this team is better equipped to recover from a couple of bumps in the road than last year's team?
I mean, we'll find out. I can't really tell you.
What do you think the key is, Willie, to those last 5 minutes? What's the piece that has to be put into place for those last 5 minutes?
A lot of it has to do with just execution and playing through mistakes. I mean, obviously you're gonna make mistakes, and you just gotta, especially the last 5 minutes, is try to play through it because you don't know what you're about to get. In the North Carolina game, we made a bunch of mistakes in the last 5 minutes of the game and still had a chance to win, and we just didn't play through the mistakes that we made, and we was, constantly, making more mistakes because of the last mistakes you made, and it just, so it's just an add up. And, the last 5 minutes you got to execute and make not as many mistakes.
Are you comfortable being the guy that this group of young guys turns to when the things start to hit the fan and then in crunch time?
I mean, yeah, been there. I mean, I've been through the worst of it. Me and Alex and John Hood and Jared, we all been through. They've been through the best of it and been through the worst of it. So, those guys are definitely more equipped than I am, But, I feel like I'm a guy that you can turn to for that.
You could argue that, you played 3 ranked teams right down to the end. It's not a big problem that has to be solved. You know what I'm trying to say?
Nah, it's a big problem that has to be solved. There's no sugarcoating it. We were ranked too. So you got to be able to, when it comes down to it, you got to be able to finish out a game.
Putting too much blame on yourself?
Too much? No, I don't think it's too much because, it's my responsibility. And I knew coming in it was going to be my responsibility. So.
After that game, after the Carolina game, Roy Williams said that he doesn't know if his players have everything figured out, but everybody accepts their role. They know what they're supposed to be doing. Do you guys know? Does everybody know what they're supposed to be doing at this point?
I think we're getting there. Like I said, we're very young, and everyone wants to score, but I don't think it's a selfish thing. I think we just try to win, and everyone wants to play well. And like Coach said, that kind of affects the rest of the game when you're not playing well, when you're playing for yourself and not for your team. So that's what we're working on.
I mean, there's being selfish, and then is there a part of you guys that just thinks, I've always made plays, I'm supposed to be the guy that makes the play?
Like I said, it's not selfishness. It's just wanting yourself to do good. So, with so much talent, we have to realize, it's not about scoring or anything. It's just about playing hard and playing as a team, and we can get back to having fun.
Are you guys not having fun?
Well, losing isn't fun, so.
It hasn't looked real fun. It seems like in terms of body language? I know Cal's talked about celebrating and that kind of stuff. Are you guys missing that at this point?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I think sometimes our enthusiasm is there, and like I said, that's another thing that I can improve on.
Is it tougher at times getting together with a whole new group of guys and meshing? Tougher than maybe sometimes we give you credit for?
I mean, it's tough, but with us having so much talent, we knew we were going to have great expectations. So the only thing we can do is get better.
Do you get what Cal says and what some of the criticisms about body language with you? Do you catch yourself doing that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, any good player or any player that wants to be great, I mean, it's disappointing when they don't do something correctly, but at the same time, it's not about me or it's not about any individual. It's about the team. So that's how you have to look at it.